Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, episode number 68, Not Cool in High School. We're a little short-staffed today, and that is completely on me. If you notice,
is what it is.
Drinking my McDonald's soda. So this is my first caffeine beverage in like 4 days, and because I consume so much caffeine, I went like 4 days without it, and I woke up today, and I just like the caffeine withdrawal kicked in. Horrible migraine.
You should get one of those like droppers from your CBD oil and just have like a little bit of caffeine. Go.
Yeah.
I'm like literally. I'm trying to wean myself off. So I'm trying not to drink all of this. I'm just sipping on it just to kind of get rid of the headache.
Yeah.
But it was horrible.
Well,
Like
I wouldn't stop for 4 days again. I would like stick to maybe like one a day.
Yeah, I gotta.
Try to
Yeah,
cut
try
back or
to go.
something.
I went cold turkey one time.
Yeah, don't do that.
I did everything. I went no booze, no for like 60 some days, like 2 years
That's
ago.
pretty wild, yeah.
And it was not easy. A lot of headaches. Yeah.
I bet.
But the booze wasn't the issue. Like I literally went from a beer a day to I only have a beer on Friday now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's impressive, I guess.
Yeah.
I did have one on Saturday, Sunday though. When that Redskins, Washington football team game.
The red what?
Yeah. So if you guys are listening, we're all gonna do something a little different. Obviously, this isn't live. We're gonna shoot it the night before, and then we're gonna post it later. Maybe what we can do to get us some love on Twitch, what I'm debating on doing. So if you guys are into this, comment below. Now, when I say that, like feedback and comments mean the world. It takes a couple seconds. If you're watching this, just help us out.
Doesn't take very long either.
Yeah. So maybe what I'm going to do is we're going to maybe do the shows live again on Twitch to kind of boost that audience.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you aren't able to make the live stream, we're going to upload it the next day to Facebook and YouTube at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So the benefits of watching on Twitch is you get it live. And then the benefits of listening to audio only, we're going to release the audio the night we record it. So if we finish up this recording, so just to kind of be behind the curtain here, we start this at like 9 o'clock at night. We usually finish around 10:30, 11. Right after the show, we do the photos, we hang out a little bit, and then I take a bunch of photos, and then I upload everything, but I do the audio right away. Mm-hmm. So if you listen to audio only, your schedule's not changing. It's going to be up the night that we record. So I'm trying to give you a little benefit about what platform you go to.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube does not need help. I mean, Facebook does not need help. That's where 90% of our viewing audience is at. We still have a very loyal audience who listens to audio only, which I thank you guys so much for doing that. If you are listening to audio only, depending on what platform you are, a review, a follow, a like, super helpful. And please check the links that we have below and give us some love over on YouTube or on Twitch as well. But if we hit so many viewers per episode on Twitch, we get we can become affiliated, and then we can do donations and stuff, and we have a chance to make some cash there. Especially with YouTube, we can make some cash because if we hit 1,000 subscribers, that'll help. But yeah, so we are on Instagram, all that other fun stuff too. So just take a couple seconds, check those links out, show us some love. Tonight's episode is just myself, Ben, and Nikolai. We are a little shorthanded. Like once again, I canceled this episode, took a nap, and then woke up like an hour ago and said, hey, if you guys still want to come, let's do it. And you guys came. Oh my God, my phone's vibrating. All right. So we
it's
do
like
have
that one time at the Greek where Jonah Hill gets nailed with the adrenaline needle in the heart. It's like, oh my God, that was Tony.
Not so much an adrenaline needle. What happened was, as I canceled an interview I really wanted to do, and he was actually going to stay later and join us for the show tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get off the couch. I couldn't open my eyes. It was bad, and so I just like canceled the interview, and then I canceled this too, and then I woke up from the nap. I'm like, oh shit, it's only like 7:30. I was like, fuck it, you guys can come if you want. My headache's not as bad because like the anxiety kicks in. Because when I cancel, I feel like I let everybody down because you guys dedicate your time frame to this, and I feel like shit when I say like, no, all of a sudden no. I know it sounds minor, but it does in my brain a little bit. But
I understand.
because
It's
I
a tick at this point.
it is no because I know that you guys are willing to take time out of your day to come here, sometimes multiple times a week to do this, and I appreciate that. You know, I mean, like, I don't know if I could do a podcast of just me talking to myself. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you could.
I probably could, but I do like to interact with my friends. The reason I started this is I like to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
and do this with friends. So I
It is
appreciate
a good excuse. I'm not gonna lie about
Yeah.
that.
but it is nice. So yeah, we got some news here. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi star Ian McGregor says he
Ewan?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan. Sorry, I didn't know his name. Conor McGregor says that he's gonna shoot. He's shooting a series for next spring, so he's taking up the mantle of Obi-Wan again.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah, I really do like him
Mhm.
as an actor.
Solid actor. Yeah.
Yeah. Xbox Series V is supposedly now getting leaked.
Oh.
So we already have the S.
So is this supposed to be the big one?
No, this is the mid
This is the
tier.
third.
Yeah, so this is gonna fall in between the
Okay.
two. So the Xbox Series S has some complications to it right now. Not system complications, but like there's some weird things. So Series S is going to be your the smaller system, and it when I say small, it's smaller than the S we have now. So
So it's like the PlayStation Slim, or whatever, like size, like that super tiny PlayStation.
not that small.
Okay.
but
And that's
it's-
the discless one as well.
yes.
Yeah.
So
It's
solid.
the one that people say look like a speaker because they took the air vent that's on the top and they just made it black instead of all white.
Yeah.
I dig it. I think it's a cool. Honestly, I'm at the point where I don't care what the system look like. Just fucking play
mean,
my games.
I don't care either.
I don't stare at
it
just
when
thought
it's
was
sitting in
weird
my
that
entertainment
at
center.
first, I was like,
Mhm.
why? Like,
I
what is
think-
so special?
I think they definitely did it because they didn't change the look as much from the last Slim. They just made it smaller,
Yeah.
and for reasons like because the names are so similar because they're trying to keep that consistency. I think that they put the black thing there to kind of show people that the black circle is the new Slim, the new S, and the old S is all white.
Right.
That's my brain process on that. But that will play 4K up to 160 frames per second, depending on the game.
Damn.
So it is going to give you a next gen experience. It's going to give you ray tracing. It's going to give you all that stuff. But it is going to be a lower end model of the system. It's not going to be as powerful as the X. Why it's so cheap. And that game will not have backwards compatibility when it comes to certain titles. Obviously, the new X you can drop a game into your disk drive and it'll play. Obviously, this has no disk drive, so the backwards compatibility is going to be not as prevalent. And then I think they said something like if certain games need to get up converted to the next gen, the S won't get as much love as the X because they're not going to make the developers do the game three times.
Do this upscaling. Yeah.
So pretty much Xbox is like, listen, we're not.
That kind of confuses me because it's like, why wouldn't you just upscale it once and then downscale for all the others?
I guess pretty much what they already realized that they're getting the developers to do it once already.
Right, but I mean,
More work, more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do get it, but I mean, I don't know if it's any different than like video editing and all that kind of stuff.
And
but
then
it's
if they
easier
run-
to make
I'm
something
not
smaller
sure.
than
and if
bigger.
I mean, if they run into any problems, then too,
Right.
because like they're going from the old stuff and then going to the new.
Right.
Because you really think about it, then too, with like Nintendo. Like Andy told me today, today that the Super Mario 3D collection actually runs off of emulation, so
Yeah.
they couldn't even replicate. They could have taken the time to do it, but they wanted to get it out and about. Which I'm like,
I have theories on that too. I think this is a test run
it could be.
because I think they're working on. I think they're trying to work out the kinks to see how they can do. Like for how they have the Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Mhm.
I think they're going to add maybe GameCube and an N64 emulation to the system, or even make mini systems.
Mhm.
But the N64 is such a unique style of gaming where the chip
Yeah.
that was used in the system is very hard to replicate even on today's standards.
Yeah.
So I think this Mario 64 was a test for them to see how they can do it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like driving at then too. Like with emulation, like it's tough to actually get like some of that emulation to translate like on computers or like even newer setups than
There's high-end
two.
PCs that have issues because of the way that chip was designed. And now, I'm not a tech guy. Like there's some games that play no problem, but then there's some games just like this is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be a good path to lead people to the new possible minis or the emulation systems coming, which also kind of leads me to believe that that's why the game's only going to be out for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Because if I can go out and buy Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, I know the Nintendo fans are going to eat it up either way.
Mm-hmm.
But if they turn around and say, "Hey, for $60, you can go buy the new mini, or the $80 for the new mini, but $60 I get 3 Mario games," your price doesn't justify itself.
Depends on how many games, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be another thing too.
I
Yeah.
Even if-
know
even
they
if you-
hack them and stuff, but
Yeah, even if you put like 30 games on
Yeah.
it, right? But you're paying 40 for
Yeah.
3. But if you eliminate that from your marketplace, and you're like, "Oh, if you missed out, you missed out." But hey, now you can get this and have the same experience.
right.
So
Yeah, they're really riding on totally different, products. Like they're going off of one, and then, like you said, they're gonna phase out one and then go with the other.
I think it's a terrible move, but
Honestly, I kind of
Yeah.
hope that if they do, like this is the test ground for the minis and stuff, that when those minis come out, there's a Switch slot so that you can play this cartridge on either the 64 or the GameCube Mini,
oh, like you could put
as if it was like an SD
Yeah.
slot or something, so that you could slide that in and you can actually play the game, where those games wouldn't necessarily be included in the minis. You would
Yeah.
have had to have had that cartridge ahead of time.
I'll tell you what,
Mhm.
I want a mini. I think the minis are a cool idea, but I think if I'm Nintendo, you know how people they have the virtual consoles.
Yeah.
Keep adding stuff to that. Like
Mhm.
we should get to the point where that entire game library should be on that system already. I'm just saying, you're trying to justify the reason why I'm paying for your online service, which is abysmal at best now. Put the whole the whole Super Nintendo and NES libraries are fucking. It's literally you can fill it out at you could in an egg slot.
Yeah.
You can put the entire game on 3 times.
Almost 800 games for the regular Nintendo. You know what I mean? So
But that's still like Kirby.
Yeah.
A phone that you take on your phone is a larger file size than an actual Nintendo game back then.
Yeah.
You can fit 4 Nintendo games in a photo you take on your iPhone now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's don't tell me it can't be done. I don't believe you.
And especially because like people modify like Xbox and stuff with the Raspberry Pis and stuff, where it's like, oh, here's the whole 64 collection
Yeah.
on it. So
Yeah, but even the Raspberry Pis, they have a hard time emulating the 64. They'll tell you like certain
I
games
just mean
won't
like
go-
the storage
Yeah.
of it. Like
Yeah.
there's
Like
enough
just
room to
having the library, the discography or the gameography
Yeah.
of like that whole system.
So
the
here's
whole
here's
library
here's
of
one of my
sorts, yeah.
we kind of said it last episode. What would we want for the new Switch? All
Mhm.
right. So what I would want for the new Switch is a little bit bigger system,
Yeah.
better battery,
Yeah.
better processor, so you can
Yeah.
have like a dashboard on it where you can
Yeah.
interact with your friends. But I want the stand that you put your dock onto. I want it to have multiple USB ports. I know your system right now only has 2. I want at least 4. I want 4 USB slots on it. Or the reason being is if I have my friends over and now you're going to emulate your GameCubes and your N64s, and you can
Yeah.
go buy modern day new versions of the N64 controller and plug them in, and you guys can play like GoldenEye or Mario Kart or
Even the GameCube controllers, I think they made new too.
Yeah, they did
yeah,
it for the
well,
Switch.
They
yeah.
did for the Switch for Smash Brothers. So people can. So you already have the Switch controllers done. So now if you bring that emulation back, now you have 4 year. It's a nostalgia. There's something about Nintendo is fun, right? Nintendo has a great system. But
Yeah.
it's one thing to play Mario on the Switch controllers, but it's another thing to play Mario with that, because even I think they did Nintendo and Super Nintendo, where if you're an online subscriber, you get a special store you can order from. So you go to your online service and it takes you a web browser, and then I guess it unlocks because you're a subscription member, and you can buy the controllers.
They do stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
That's like with their Legend of Zelda game. Like if you did something along the lines like, I know it was on their website, like you get one per customer. It's like they actually mailed you the actual game from the Nintendo of America.
Oh, that's
Then
cool.
too, like I think it was like Legend of Zelda or something like that. You had to do like a few things, and then you'd be able to get the game on its own for free, I think.
That's
And
awesome.
then it goes for like 60, $70.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
so that's kind of what I want out of them. And kind of on the lines of mobile and Xbox, and we're just gonna stick with the console stuff for a little bit here. I know your people are like, "What the hell? You're talking about this console stuff again?" If you're not interested in this, I don't know, you're living under a rock because we're coming up on the new cycles, so that's gonna be a main topic for a while until they release. And they probably will be a big topic for a little while after they release because, like, hey, is there
Because then we get to bitch about what we don't like about it.
exactly this dashboard sucks. My system's having issues. Hopefully not any of those problems. It's a lot of money. So yeah, Xbox announced probably about 5 hours ago that the Xbox Game Cloud is now available, pretty much for Game Pass. I'm sorry, Xbox Ultimate members. Xbox Ultimate members are people who have Game Pass and Xbox Gold.
mm-hmm.
So what that means is you can play. I don't know if it's PC yet. I hope so because it would be nice to not have to download a game on my PC, but I can just use the screen to play the game. Just put the controller in and stream it. But what you're doing is you're technically streaming a console from a server to your phone, so you don't have to download the game. The game is just pretty much going off your internet speed. Now, from what they said, you do need a minimum requirement for your internet speed, but it still has very, very low latency. From what they're saying, I haven't tested it yet. But what they're showing is you can literally take your phone, and if you have a port on the side, like an Android port, you can snap on what it looks like Switch controllers.
Interesting.
And they're Xbox buttons. Like the two triggers, everything's all there. And you snap them on, and now your phone just turned into a mobile Xbox Switch.
Well, from the message I got from Xbox today, it only mentioned Android.
Yes.
So Apple people like myself are screwed.
Yes, for that version.
Well, they didn't mention it at all. It just said it was live. Like this whole thing was for Android.
I think because Apple's playing games with
Epic Games.
With Epic Games.
Yeah.
And Xbox is like, listen, Fortnite's our biggest thing. If you're not playing ball with them, you're not playing ball with us. So like Apple needs to I don't know the whole details for it, but I think Apple, you have to go through another firewall or another thing, and then Apple gets
Paywall
a thing
like that,
something
yeah.
of your profits to put your games on their platform. Or so that's what Fortnite's
Probably.
problem is. It like they're not developer
well,
friendly.
I mean, that's like everything though. I mean, depending on where you get it, somebody's getting a cut.
Yes and no, but I don't know the exact details of it. But that whole thing may put Apple behind when it comes to certain things. When it comes to mobile gaming,
I mean, that's okay by me.
yeah, I don't really mobile game. I just play those fucking stupid idle games on my phone,
Yeah,
like toilet ones. But yeah, but I mean, it is nice to have your phone. That now my phone can now turn into an Xbox system.
It's a very cool idea.
Yeah, so now Xbox just came out with their own mobile system without even making a system. So then they have other things you can buy too, where there's a controller that looks like a Super Nintendo controller. It's almost that small, but it's Xbox. And then you can just literally mount your phone or your tablet, Bluetooth it to your phone, boom, you're playing Xbox. Then they also came out with your actual controller you already own. You could take that with you. And then on the back is a port, like a little screen, and then you mount your phone on it, and then it like arms like a selfie stick, and you can put it in different positions and play. Just take your controller, throw it in your backpack,
That's cool.
and you can play Xbox wherever you are. And you throw your headset into it or your earbuds, and now you have Xbox Live, all your achievements. It's pretty much like having a console in your bag. Everything you can do on your console is right there on your phone. And if you have Game Pass, you already have over 175 titles already on your system. And then they came out with another one, controller. This brand made the handhelds for the sides and also a controller. Now this one's really cool. This is the one I would pick up. It's like a greenish black controller, and then it has the arm on it that you can attach your system. But the controller has a battery pack in it. So when you're playing, you plug your phone into your controller, and your controller actually charges the controller, keeps the controller powered, and it also charges your phone. So if you play for a couple hours, you're not killing your battery life.
That's good.
Yeah. So I know it's very early stages. It really comes down to your latency and if your data plans and stuff. But if you're at a friend's house or you're at a family member's house, you're like, hey, can I get your Wi-Fi? Like I'm a little bored. I want to play Xbox. Or how they were saying, you go over your buddy's house, You have your phone on you or your tablet. You're like, "Oh, we're gonna do a couch co-op." You're bringing back a couch co-op style game without even bringing your system over.
Right.
Because now you just put your tablet in and be like, "Yo, we're gonna play Destiny, or we're gonna play Madden, or we're gonna play Halo," and I'm playing on my phone. Ben's playing on his TV. You're playing on your phone, and we can all play Halo together in the
Right.
same room, which is kind of bringing back that
Yeah.
that
it is
landline stuff
cool.
again. Which I mean, there's a lot of cool possibilities for
LAN
it.
parties. Oh my god. Between all the cases of Balls energy drinks and like 2 fucking TVs, one in the kitchen that was like super small versus a big screen television.
See, we didn't have a line party, so what we used to do is we had a friend who had a projector, right? So we put the projector in this living room. We took all the photos off the wall, moved all the couches, moved everything aside, and we projected the screen on the side of the so everyone had like a 45-inch screen, and then we just all hooked up the 4 controllers and we played Halo all night long.
Yeah.
So we thought, so at the time, my buddy's dad was like, he's like, "Oh my god, my dad, we have to when we do this, we have to do it quick because if he catches us, he's gonna get a lot of mad. He's gonna get pissed." And we're like, "All right, man, we're not gonna make your dad angry." And he put his dad up to be this monster, and he's not. His dad's fucking amazing. So we're all playing, and we lose track of time. We're into this, like we're all playing, we're all passing the controller. We have this is the old Xbox, so you have the music
Yeah.
playing out of it too. So you have like. Don't judge us. Well, I mean, F it, judge me. But My Chemical Romance is playing through the Xbox.
What's there to judge
We're
about
all.
that?
It's 2005. It's 2004, 2005.
Oh, the custom soundtracks.
Yeah, so we
that was
had
the
our
good thing
we had our
about that
custom
system.
soundtracks on the Xbox. We're playing. We're having a blast. I mean, you can still do that because you can put Spotify through your Xbox now. So through your headset, you can put custom soundtracks on or play it through the TV.
Maybe
So
I want it to be like 2005 and make my own goddamn playlist.
make it on Spotify and play it before you're getting your game.
I don't want it randomized by them, damn it. I want my own, just strictly my own.
Have you ever used Spotify?
Yeah.
You can make your own playlist.
I do. I mean, I have the certain radios playing, but
No,
okay.
you can add songs to a playlist.
Okay, I gotta play around with it then. All right.
I'm just making sure you know what
Alright.
your how to use your services, because some people, there's a lot of different things where people don't understand that they can do more to stuff before they just kind of use a base model of it and they're like, "Oh, this is great, I wish it did this," and they're like, "It does." And they're like, "Wait, what?" It happens all the time to people. It happens to me. But yeah, so we're all sitting there playing, we lose track of time, and we hear the dog start barking, and he just comes walking in the living room, and he just looks at us. And he looks at all the furniture moved and all the photos of the family all stacked up in a pile, and he looks at the wall. And he looks over at us, and he goes, "Hand me a controller." I'm just like, "Here," and he
That's
played with
awesome.
us till like 3 a.m. Yeah,
Wow.
and then every weekend he's like, "So, what time are you guys setting up that projector?" And it just turned to a weekend thing. We'd just be playing Halo in the living room.
That's cool.
He'd be sliding the furniture out. He'd be like a kid. He was like a kid too. He's like, "I want to play my new X. I want to
That's
play
cool.
Xbox." Yeah, super super chill dude. But yeah. So we never had LAN parties. We just did that. I mean, it was really fun.
Yeah, between playing like on a 20-inch screen television in the kitchen, that was like the losers den. And you're like,
Yeah.
fucking 4 of us are piled up. You know, you're like, oh shit, you got like one corner of like
Stop screen
of the
watching.
yeah. And then the winners got like the big screen television and getting fucking popped off from a sniper rifle.
It is really cool to have that experience where you're playing in the
Oh, is
same
it
room with
fun?
somebody.
Oh yeah.
It's something you take for granted.
Yeah.
We just did it not too long ago with that Tyler Smart's house. We were all sitting in his garage on his projector and we were playing Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That's when we were trying to use the fucking Switch controllers, but only like half of them. And I'm
Yeah.
racing. I'm like, "Oh, my fingers!"
You're playing like this.
Yeah, it's like
2 fingers.
but it was cool just to all sit in the same room and play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, so a lot of games too. I keep looking over if there's a chat and there's not. Yeah, so that whole idea of couch co-op and stuff. If this is a way to bring it back with your phones, I'm for it. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's free for me because I'm already an Xbox
Yeah,
Ultimate
me too.
member. So if I can go buy a $6 controller and try it out, why not?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I still want a handheld from Xbox. I don't want them to think that they can't do this because I have a PSP. I have all like
I don't
Nintendo
need a handheld.
I don't care. I don't care if you need it. I need it in my life.
Nintendo made the handheld market. They killed the handheld market.
It's
and
okay.
That's all you need to know.
It's okay.
I think this game, if this is just if they just start right now with Game Pass, right? But then they can
Yeah.
go to like the games that you paid for.
Yeah,
I see. I don't need a handheld at this point.
that's fine. You don't. I still want one.
But there's
There's
no.
just something about having a handheld in your hand versus my phone. I don't want to play games on my phone ever. You'll never see me play unless it's like something Candy
But the
Crush.
phone is just a screen.
I don't care.
You're not even using
Yeah.
the
I
phone.
don't care. I won't use the phone.
What
I
the
won't use an
hell,
iPad. I won't
man?
use none of it. I want a handheld.
I don't know. I don't see your theory on
I still
that.
play the PSP and I'm fucking.
What's
Vita?
the difference
No,
between
I never had the Vita.
what's the difference between the I want to get a Vita just because before they go like completely extinct.
I want one too.
Yeah.
You can still get them, and people
They're still
are
$200
making
a
it.
piece.
Yeah.
I know they're
It's
they're
like suck my
expensive.
bone.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me I have to pay? I'm paying $299 for the brand new Xbox where I can play 4K games, but you're still charging me almost $250 for a
Yeah, when-
PlayStation.
I don't know how much they are used. It's been a little
I,
while.
on
since
Amazon, they're still like $250
Yeah.
for
Wow.
a brand new
I'm gonna
Vita,
take a look into that.
or even refurbished Vitas are almost $250. It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
You can get now. I mean, it's even back farther than that, but it's the 64. You can get it all packaged
Wow,
up for like $200
you're right.
bucks,
Yeah,
like brand new with Pokemon Stadium, like the special like Pokemon Stadium one and stuff.
yeah.
Man, people still. Wow. Okay.
And the memory cards for that were insanely high for no reason. Oh, we'll get into memory. Well, memory cards too. They pretty much, you know how I said the new Xboxes have those thumbsticks that you could pop in.
Yeah.
They're like portable SSDs. I guess I didn't see the price leaks, but they came out and they're high.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to be expensive, but they're selling it by the terabyte, so you can put like 1 terabyte or 3 terabyte or 5
Oh,
terabytes in. But they're going to be, but it's a portable SSD drive. I don't expect them to be cheap. It's not like you're putting a
Right.
regular SD card in your computer. They're an
Right.
SSD. They're a solid state drive. But yeah, so the new Xbox S will have like about 500 gigs in it. After you put the operating system in, you'll probably have about 480.
Okay, so I got a question for you. So the hard drive, an external hard drive that I'm using right now, can I unplug it and
Yes.
move it over to the new one?
But
Oh boy.
it will not allow you to install brand new Xbox Series X style games on your new hard drive
Why?
because the way those games are now designed with the no loading screens and stuff, to transfer it to your old style hard drive, go through the wire into the system and then reload it back onto the system, they don't want that. They want it all in a solid state drive because the new technology is solid state drive and the fast loading. But if your new hard drive, if your old
Instant.
hard drive, you load up on all your Xbox original Xbox games or Xbox 360 games or all those backwards compatibility that you downloaded, all those will play no problem on the new system.
Okay, so what about like the Call of Duty? That it's gonna
Call of Duty
upgrade itself.
Call of Duty will probably not work because it's getting upgraded.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So they're gonna make me go spend more money on a new hard drive just for one set of games,
Well,
even though I have the Xbox hard drive,
what do you mean?
like the actual branded.
Oh,
Xbox
it doesn't matter. It's
CD. No, I know.
It's an old. Pretty much the best way to describe it. I know it's not going to probably justify it for you, but it's an old, like the old external hard drives are not even the same technology as an SSD. They're completely different style
I mean, I
technology.
get it.
Yeah,
I just it's a pain in the ass.
it
'Cause
is.
I'm gonna go with the 500. I'm not spending both loads of money on terabytes when I can get a hard drive that'll be cheaper.
Well, yeah, you're buying older technology. If you're buying an external hard drive,
Right. So wait, what you're saying is for this new Xbox, there's no external hard drives.
no, you can, but you won't be able to put
It's
the
a totally
newer-
different layout,
Yeah.
totally different setup.
No, I
where
mean with this new like setup,
Mhm.
there is no hard drives.
No, you can.
It's backwards.
You can put a hard drive in and put your older games on.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
you cannot.
But it's not.
So like
So there's no hard drives that are coming out. I guess what I'm saying that.
no, they are the thumbstick ones.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a spot where you can plug in an external hard drive in the USB port,
Yeah.
but then it's going to have a little slot in it that you put this thumbstick SSD card in,
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's a designated spot, and
I
then that's where you can upgrade your memory in your system, and then you can pop that SD card out and say if you're going to your buddy's house or your brother, I don't know, whatever, he can pop so if he has a system at home and he has one
Yeah.
in college, he doesn't have to bring the whole thing. He can just pop out his SSD card and put it in his system there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like I said, the reason for that is so this new feature is going to have. So say if you're playing Fortnite
Yeah.
and you're playing like how we play Fortnite and Call of Duty, and you're like, all right, yo guys, everyone's jumping off. We're gonna jump over to Fortnite because they're getting off. As soon as you click, the game kind of remembers your last 3 or 4 games that you played. So as soon as you click on them, it's done, it's loaded, it's good to go. It remembers where you left. Like so, say if you're playing Fortnite with your friends, but then I'm working on Assassin's Creed.
Right.
So I'm playing Assassin's Creed. I turn the game off. I go to Call of Duty. I was playing Call of Duty before you guys got online. Boom, it's loaded. I'm at the screen. I just joined the party. I'm in. That waiting time between games is supposedly almost none now. So
Okay.
like, you're like, hold on, I'm rebooting the game. You're like, still loading. You know what I mean? That's supposed to be gone now because this new system's supposed to have a faster restart mode when it comes to games.
Okay.
So then everyone gets off. I'm like, I'm jumping back on Assassin's Creed. I hit Assassin's Creed. It loads me right where I hit the pause button to switch over to Call of Duty. And that's what
So it's
SSD drives are built to do now.
Sounds like it's built to crash,
It might,
in my opinion.
but this is where it's like even Sony's is going to be super fast.
I mean,
Mhm.
well, when I see it, I'll believe it.
Yeah.
it's a huge experiment for everybody.
Really,
Yeah.
it really, really is. PC gamers have had SSD drives for a while now,
Mm.
and they live and die by it. Like this computer has an SSD drive in it.
Okay.
It just makes loading stuff faster, makes all that process go a lot smoother. What I said the Xbox V, right? We
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so that's gonna be a mid. That rumors that's gonna be a mid tier. So
Mhm.
between the S and the X, we don't really know much about it. Just all rumored. Tomorrow at I think 4 p.m. I don't know the exact time. I didn't have it pull up in front of me, but tomorrow PlayStation's conference goes live, where they're gonna announce
It's gonna be interesting.
their
yeah.
systems. They're going to announce their official prices, and they're going to possibly, rumors are, show off some games,
Mm.
some more games. I don't think these games are going to be anywhere close to ready. I think hopefully,
Teasers probably.
yeah, there'll be teasers. I think what they'll show when it comes to like right now, I think they're going to show. They have to. If they don't show it, they're fucking crazy. They have to show more Miles Morales. They can't just give you a cinematic trailer. The game comes out in 2 months.
Yeah.
We had to see gameplay of Miles Morales.
This is the difference between this and then
Yes.
Miles Morales.
Yes.
I agree
They have
on
to.
that.
They
yeah.
absolutely have to. We're literally 2 months away, and we're just now getting prices and what's in the system. So you're banking on these people to drop big bucks on your systems and your new games, and you haven't showed one. Like your heavy hitter hasn't even seen gameplay yet. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Now, Yahoo Finances just put out a video that we were watching before the show where Xbox or PlayStation is starting to say they're having issues with their chips. And to just in case that it's a major malfunction, they're only going to put out a X amount of systems on launch. So almost 5 million units, what they were going to put out, they're taking away. So Xbox is going to be very limited at launch. Or sorry, PlayStation.
I was gonna say,
PlayStation will be very limited at launch. Last week we talked about the Xbox financing plan, where you can finance the new systems. You can go online. I think as of September 22nd, which is a couple days away. You can go on and it's a $24 a month package where you get the Xbox S, or a $35 a month package where you get the Xbox X, and you just make monthly payments and they send it to your house.
I think it's a really cool idea that they're doing that. It's definitely making it more affordable, especially like right now when people aren't necessarily.
They're going the
Back to
route of
work
phones where
and
you
all that.
lease a phone for 2 years.
I don't know what that's like.
You
I
buy the
it
phone
at
right
one-
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lease
I'm
it.
with Straight Talk, so I have to.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this phone I just added to my bill.
Yeah.
I think it's an easy way for people to get consoles in their hands.
Yeah.
You're like, so imagine if you can walk into like Walmart or GameStop and you're like, hey, I know GameStop did a little bit what they had a credit card, but say if you're like, hey, I want to, if Xbox is like, you can do these at stores. If not a big deal. But hey, go to Xbox.com, file for this thing. If you get approved, we'll send you your console right now, and you just make monthly payments.
So, for this, are they gonna give you like a credit card type thing, or is it just?
No, it's a finance through them. So like I know like our firm's a big one where you can go on certain websites now. Like I know WWE has it where you're like you want a belt, it's a $400 belt. Go through a firm, set up your thing. We'll send you the belt right now, and you just make payments. Like
Okay.
I'm doing it right now with GoPro. I got my GoPro. I have like 8 more payments left or 5 more payments left,
Okay.
and I just make my payments, and they send me all the equipment I wanted.
Cool.
So that's what Xbox is trying to get into as well.
I definitely like that idea,
Yeah.
and I think it's smart right now.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna give it a shot, see how it goes.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm making payments with one thing, so if it's through the same company, it might not let me. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's for the big one. It's $4.99, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you may be paying more.
Well, you are paying more because they will give you the system and they're also going to give you, I think, a year or 2 of Xbox Ultimate.
Okay.
So if you're buying the subscription, your Xbox Ultimate just stays on there until you're done making your payments. Because it'd be if you have the S and then you buy the system but you don't have Ultimate with it, it's kind of you're defeating your purpose.
Right.
So they get a little more money out of you. But from what I read, I don't know. I don't know what the interest rates and stuff are. But yeah, I mean that's some part of the system when you pay someone with credit. But it is a viable option for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm excited. I know the rumors supposedly we might get another Final Fantasy at this Xbox.
I
this
heard that
PlayStation.
Final Fantasy 16 it is.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is rumored. Silent Hill reboot is being rumored.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been reading. I kind of read up on it. Like people were like, we like the first few Silent Hills that were pretty silent. Pretty
They're
silent.
pretty silent, yeah.
Yeah, pretty silent. Yeah, no, pretty consistent, and they were actually solid titles. But like from there on out, like 4 or 5, they just kind of detracted from the actual game franchise, from what I understand. I mean, I shouldn't really talk because I never really played them, but that's what I've been hearing from people that were really like hardcore into the titles on their own. So
yeah.
Anything can really happen there at this point. It could just be, they can do their own thing with it, really, or just branch off of it and like make their own thing.
But I mean, people really liked PT. There's a huge demand for it.
Yeah, that was with Hideo Kojima that actually was supposed to make that game, and Konami really fucked him over big time with, that's where Metal Gear Survive came in. Like they made it like a survival horror game when it was supposed to only be like tactical espionage. So like you really can't go off of, them actually Konami actually being faithful, because I mean they gutted themselves realistically. They haven't been, the only thing that they're really into at this point is the Dance Dance Revolution games, and that's where they're thriving in the arcades, because there's still a base for that, and it's been thriving, and even music games too. Because I know
It's gonna be Wednesday at 4 p.m. for us tomorrow
okay,
for PlayStation.
but there's like Round One is a famous like chain of arcades. Like basically, it's like Dave and Buster's on crack when it comes to it.
Sweet.
Basically, have like a bar, bowling alley, all these games, like everything that was imported and stuff that you can't play, classic games. They have a whole bunch of stuff that you can actually do at these Round One arcade centers, and they actually have one dedicated section to all the music games. So that's where Konami's really thriving at this point in time with, a bigger arcade of sorts. So that's their thing. I mean, okay, but, damn it, I want my X-Men, I want my Simpsons, arcade games, you know what I mean? I want those games to come back into the fold.
Well, a
you know
real
what I mean?
popular beat 'em up just got announced to come back.
Yeah, good segue on that.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World beat 'em up is coming back, which is everyone's like, why the fuck? Well, I think that the licensing's lapsed.
There was a whole rumor way back when they were talking about it. And now they finally, it's like, yeah,
It's a
real
fantastic.
thing.
I had it for the Xbox 360.
Same
It was
here.
one of the games that luckily I didn't delete because I deleted Simpsons and Turtles in Time and I lost them.
You dirtball, you.
If they were physically on your system, they couldn't get rid of them. But if you didn't have them installed, they would just credit you your money back.
Yeah.
So I still have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World downloaded on my 360.
Okay.
And then what they're saying is it's coming back. Will I get credited and will it come to my download list again? I don't know, because I think what they're saying is it's coming back, but they're going to make it a new game and they're going to enhance it to the new system. So it looks a lot better.
I think they were are they doing it for Xbox and all that
Everything,
too?
yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
I thought I saw something was just only going to be for Switch for now or something like that.
It's possible.
So
It's a great beat 'em up. Yeah, and then another cool thing here is the Will Smith went and bought the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house.
Did he buy it? I
Yeah.
thought it was Airbnb in it.
I think he bought it and then he put it on the market for Airbnb so people can
okay.
stay in it.
That's cool.
wow.
I wonder how much that's cost. If we all jump in together on it,
Still probably a boatload.
dance in the living room.
It would
The
be
Carlton,
cool, though.
yeah.
Heidi's been getting on it on the group page. So we tell people, hey, if you watch a movie Let us know what you're watching in the group page, and let us know what you think about it. And Heidi's been posting. She's killing it. She put the movie Alive on there. I think it's a Korean movie, but she said it's subtitled and dubbed, but definitely worth a watch. It's a zombie movie, a Japanese or Korean zombie movie. If it's anything like that train movie that we watched together, did you see this train zombie movie?
No.
Like the Train to Tsushima or some crazy Japanese name. I'm terrible at pronouncing them, but it's a Korean zombie movie where these everyday people are just kind of like going about their lives, and as they're all boarding the train, like literally the train doors close and this lady just kind of attacks this dude, and this dude like kind of gets in the train at the last second and he's bit, or this lady gets bit and she's in the train, and all of a sudden like the entire world around them, the infection starts, and they're on this train ride, and then the zombies kind of start taking over the train because the one person gets bit and they don't know how to handle it because they've never heard of the zombie virus before. It's one of those movies.
Interesting.
But it's all in subtitles, but the way the zombies look and the way the dialogue in the movie, like, and the train stops and they get off and they're like, where is everybody? And they start walking through, and then all of a sudden everything, and they're all like running zombies. It's all in Korean or whatever, but it's fantastic. It's really good.
I'm surprised you even actually watched it and read the subtitles.
It was unbelievable.
Damn, Tony.
It was unbelievable. It was a good movie.
We're making some strides here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good horror movie. And then she started watching.
What's up with you this year? You're turning the corner for stouts. You're reading subtitles and
I've always read subtitles. Subtitles in movies don't bother me. Inglourious Basterds is almost all subtitles.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I watched subtitles don't bother me.
He's got to do the subtitle animes.
Yeah,
That's
anime
the
is
one.
where
We're gonna get you on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you.
and then she's also been watching Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah.
She really likes it, but for a couple times she was watching it, and I was on the couch and I maybe took a nap, but I woke up to her like sniffling. I said, "Are you crying?" She goes, "Yeah," and I was like, "Why are you crying?" She goes, "It's really fucking sad," and I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "It dives a lot into racism, and it just really makes me sad how shitty people were to one another." And I was like, "Wow!" So it kind of dives into that a little bit, because the thing about the guy who created the Lovecraft series,
H.P. Lovecraft.
he was a bit of a racist. They say did not like people of color. So when the rights kind of came up to buy, a person of color bought it, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna take what you want, and now we're gonna make it for us. One of those deals. But she said it's excellent, but there is a lot of like sadness to it when it talks about the racism and how people were and how they treat each other. Harry Styles to play the role of Star Fox in the Brothers of Thanos Marvel movies Eternals.
Oh boy, Star Fox he's a fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of want an actual Star Fox movie. Nintendo, make it happen.
Actually, Star Fox is like he's just like a bastard and a half. He gets in this. He's a shit stir of sorts. So that's a nice pull to get Star Fox. In there.
Disney Plus released the official trailer of The Mandalorian Season 2, and people said it looks amazing. Olivia Wilde, and then actually for wrestling references, we have none of these in here yet. Sasha Banks in the trailer. So, pro wrestler is going to be in Mandalorian 2. Sasha Banks. Snoop Dogg's niece, for people who know. Olivia Wilde confirmed she's directing a Marvel movie, but it has not been reported on what movie that's going to be. And then South Park is going to have an hour-long pandemic special episode.
I saw the trailer for that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's going to be something else. It's like for an hour, like they're actually making fun of themselves. An hour long, Randy, and then they're in the car like talking about it.
That sounds awesome. And rumors that Ant-Man 3 can lead into the introduction of the Fantastic Four back into the Marvel Universe. Please, God, I want a good Fantastic Four. I want them to be depicted right on the screen. Please, God.
I want Chris Evans in that movie somewhere.
I don't think you're going to get that.
No, he needs to. Even if he just becomes like a Stan Lee type thing where he's just in the background. I don't care. He needs to be in it and make some kind of like Flame On reference or something.
I want John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. We'll see if it happens. All right, I've been talking a lot. We'll start with Nikolai today. Nikolai, what have you been watching, reading into?
I want to start off with I saw a trailer to something that
Okay.
I'm excited for, but it's gonna be a horrible movie. It's called Velocipaster.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw it
I've been
on
seeing the
Facebook.
memes about it.
Yeah, and I was
yeah.
like, "There's no way this is real." So I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure the description was a priest gets powers to turn himself into a raptor, and is convinced by a prostitute to fight evil with this power and also ninjas. It looks.
That just sounds right up my alley. Oh my
It's
god.
so super cheesy from the trailer.
Oh my god, yes.
But it's cheesy goodness.
I like those
It
B-rated.
is on DVD and Blu-ray, and it's on Vudu and stuff. I think I'm gonna grab a Blu-ray for that, and then talk about that at a later time. But
I have the synopsis if you want to hear it.
oh yeah,
Oh god.
After losing his parents, a priest travels to China where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn himself into a dinosaur. At first horrified by this new power, a hooker convinces him to use it to fight crime and ninjas.
what more could you want? And I think like
it's
the
so
meme
simple.
on Facebook was like, "There's no perfect movie," and it just cuts off, and it's like this. Then it's that poster, and it's
And it says Velociraptor, the man of the claw.
yeah, it's
Oh my
so cheesy.
god.
And when does this come out?
Um,
You go watch this on Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah, it is out. So I'm excited. I feel like if you've not seen it, also watch Tammy and the T-Rex because it's just as cheesy, but it was actually made in a cheesy time.
My god.
Um,
This is great.
Here's a user review. 6 out of 10. Wonderful, dumb, and funny.
That's just as bad as Turkish Wolverine.
10 out of 10 stars. Absolutely garbage. A must watch. This is nothing but a hilarious ride from start to finish. A mangled heap of god awful props, dialogue consuming lighting, special effects, and acting jammed into a unexplainable plot of genius. The director who manages to make a very bad movie on purpose without a shred of pretense or shame. The ninja fight scene is what Mortal Kombat should look like if it got hijacked by a kindergarten drama class. Watch this movie. It's terrible. It's slooky. You'll love it. 10 out of 10, pure ridiculously cheese. 10 out of 10, the best movie I've ever watched in the history of my life. 10 out of 10, holy Jesus. This needs to be nominated for an Oscar. 10 out of 10, the new Citizen Kane. 6 out of 10, my review of Velocipaster. 10 out of 10, the best, worst thing you'll ever see. 10 out of 10, more realistic ninja fight scenes that has ever been filmed. 10 out of 10, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh my god.
8 out of 10, not since Robo Geisha have I ever seen such amazing filmography. 10 out of 10, Iwep scenario is so fine it should have swept the Academy Awards, but it didn't qualify since the majority was in it. 2 out of 10, horrible. Watch it now! Exclamation! So they gave it a 2, but said 10 out of 10. Make a sequel. 10 out of 10 just says why. Yeah, so everyone's giving it like the highest reviews ever on IMDb.
but as like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And that's like the absolute best thing that you want to get out of a cheesy flick like that.
Well,
oh my god.
Well, I know what I'm watching for next episode.
Yeah.
That might be our
Not
homework.
Italian Batman?
No, Velocipaster might be it.
We still gotta watch Italian Batman, Tony.
Ben, I don't know if I'm comfortable in a room alone drinking beers watching an Italian Batman porn with you.
Oh, it's a porn.
It's a
Is it on a
smart
flat
film.
screen?
It's pretty much a porn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good to know.
I
Like
don't-
15, 20 minutes in, all you see is just action going on. I'm just leaving it at that.
So
I'm
he's
like,
not throwing
what?
batarangs. I got it.
Oh, he's throwing rangs all right. It just all depends on how you translate
It's
it.
throwing wangs. Yeah, so that'll be our
All I
homework.
see like is just like, "Whoop." I'm like, what? Like, it's for real.
Screaming, Ben.
For real.
So what else you been into?
I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. Thank you for ruining my life by putting a Marvel season. It's
Yo,
destroyed me. I mean,
It
you're
sold me, man. I'm
here.
back. I'm back
Yeah.
into Fortnite.
I mean, part of why I did it to start with was I finished the Call of Duty. What the heck's it called? I can't
The
think of
Battle
it.
Pass.
The Battle Pass.
I got to grind on that.
And I finished all the ribbons that you need to get. And I was like, well, what do we do now? So we're like, well, let's play Fortnite. It's all Marvel and stuff. And I was really excited about like the different characters and stuff that you get to be. But they scared the shit out of us yesterday. We were in the middle of a match. It was me and Kevin against one other guy in duos. I shoot the guy. And you know how like when you win, it goes
It's
into
slow-mo.
slow-mo and the thing comes up? It started going slow-mo and the music started going. And then a loading screen popped up. and it said, you do not have permission to play Fortnite. And we're like, did we just get banned? We're like, we're not that good. Like, there's no way. And then I checked Twitter, and everyone's thinking they got banned.
Oh, the
Their
servers went
service
down.
crashed and
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, everyone was like, why would you put that as a error message? You don't have permission to play. Like, you're banned.
Yeah.
And then they fixed that after, like,
Did you get
15
credit for
minutes.
your win?
We think so. Because my level and stuff.
Could you
went up.
imagine if that was the game that you needed to do the dance?
Oh my god, that would be horrible.
So there's a challenge that you have to do for Doctor Doom. So every 10 levels, every 20 levels, you upgrade a character, and then 10 levels after you upgrade the character, you can upgrade a secondary suit for that character. So you have to do what's called the book, and the book has like 4 challenges. So like the first challenge is usually super easy. Second challenge is they've all been very, very easy for the most part. Well,
Yeah.
Doctor Doom obviously has to be the fucking scumbag. So and his suit is the all white Doctor Doom suit.
Well, no.
Like,
The book doesn't give you the suit. The suit comes from the battle pass.
Really?
Yes, the suit only gives you the emote so that you can only use if you win. By the way, not any other time. The throne appears and he sits on it.
Oh, well, then I'm cool with that. If I don't unlock it, I don't care. Yeah, so
it's like God Doctor Doom.
it's
God
the,
Doom.
the skin for Doctor Doom is God Doctor Doom. Storms is punk rock Storm, like where they do that Mohawk version.
Oh yeah. I
Her
know what you
suit
mean.
normally is the white animated series suit. Mystique, I think, is like Jungle Mystique. I could be wrong though.
Okay.
Wolverine, you can't unlock him until like a couple more weeks. He's someone you have to keep doing so many challenges to get stuff
Yeah.
done for him.
Mhm.
But his is the regular blue and yellow
All right.
animated series, but then the other one's the brown and yellow.
Yeah,
The,
brown and yellow was a big one.
Yeah, and then She-Hulk is you play as She-Hulk, but then you unlock the taunt to turn her into She-Hulk. But then the secondary costume is her with like a red streak in her hair, and then when you emote to turn her into She-Hulk, she turns into Red Hulk. Who's the other character? Thor turns into God Thor, where he's all white and blue and stuff. Groot doesn't have any special thing. The only thing he gets is his backpack turns into Rocket, so Rocket kind of flies around you. But the problem is Rocket makes so much fucking noise while you're playing, you think
Oh my
you're getting
gosh,
ran
it's
up on.
horrible. Yeah, and he's sitting there scratching himself and spitting and stuff, and I'm like, is this someone or is this him?
Yeah, I have to turn Rocket off. And then he
Yeah.
flies around, and then like you're like, is that someone? And Rocket flies. You're like, get the fuck out of the way, Rocket. You're like- and he has a gun, and he doesn't shoot it.
Right. Like, I would have thought that they would have at least done that.
Yeah. Can you imagine how cheesy he would be though? Where you have like double shots going at people.
Yeah. Or at least like a laser pointer to be like, there's someone there.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that would be such a, overpowered thing. Like, oh, there's someone over there. Like,
And then Tony Stark's you get at 99 or no 80, and then at 99 or something like that. I don't forget. You get him
think
at
it's-
90.
I
You
think
get
it's the
90.
full 100 that you unlock the suit.
Yeah, so it's one that you play as Tony Stark's, but then you hit the taunt button, and then he hits his chest and turns into Iron Man.
Yeah.
So it's like it's fun. It's a lot of fun. The
And-
challenges are really cool.
And so far, to buy only, they've released Silver Surfer. And then there's rumors of Black Panther,
Venom.
Venom.
You could buy Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's done and gone.
Really?
That's how I have the surfboard and stuff.
I didn't know. Oh, was that this pass?
That was like first or second week.
I was playing first week. I didn't see Silver Surfer.
He was in the store. He was only in there for like a weekend or so.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because
flash in the pan.
I bought him the day that it came out, and then I went to go fight Doctor Doom because he's one of the bosses in the first week.
Yeah.
And I uploaded the video of that to TikTok, and it's like 130,000 views right now.
Yeah.
Before I posted that video, I had 76 viewers or like followers. I'm up to like 1,700
That's nice.
in a matter of like 2 weeks. I was like, where do these people come from? But now they don't watch anything but the Fortnite videos. So I'm like in a corner.
Yeah.
And yet
You're-
we're
you're-
at 400.
You're out of we're stuck at 400. Nikolai fucking shoots a video game. Fucking
I
bastard.
know, but see, that's the problem. I always had that theory of like I could sit there for hours on hours and hours and like put this fantastic film on, like Oscar nominated and all this stuff. It would have like 5 views. But you sit there and play video games for 5 minutes, and you get millions.
Dude, tell me about it. We're coming up on 2 years in this, and I seem to can't grow from 400 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I've been
Well,
watching.
see, I have a problem on YouTube. That doesn't grow, but TikTok seems to be my platform.
And then TikTok
of-
should get shut down in a couple of weeks.
Oh my gosh! If that happens now, I'm gonna be so sad because
They
now I
actually,
actually
they
have a
actually
reason.
got bought out by another company. I think like Oracle bought them out.
Oh, good.
So they're
Yeah.
sticking around the U.S.
Yeah.
They know where the money's at.
That's good.
I've been watching stock. I've been reading up on stocks and stuff, and And with that announcement with Sony,
Yeah.
they're almost down to like $75 a stock. So
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, that's what I kind of do in the day.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Fun. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to grow it. There's a lot. I'm not paying money either. I don't think you get genuine flow. Like I put $10 or $20 on the last uh, Truth Behind Illusion video,
Yeah.
and it's up to like 3,000 plays,
hmm
but no interactions, no new page likes, no nothing. And I
Right.
was like, I don't think it's real.
Honestly, I feel like it's just luck. It's right. Like there's so many different algorithm pieces where
Mhm.
it's like if you do it a minute later, you miss it,
Yeah,
or you put the wrong hashtag, or you miss this one little thing and it's gone.
yeah,
Somehow I fell for whatever reason into that one thing, and it's just growing
yeah. It's dope.
now. But then besides the Fortnite stuff, I've been watching a lot of Impractical Jokers. Just kind of like
Did you watch the movie yet?
I did not.
Oh,
I'm kind of avoiding it.
please. I mean, get it over with. Like
Yeah.
I said, when they do the show stuff, it's funny.
Mm.
But when they do the movie stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh.
I did get my Damnation Doctor Strange comic in, and I read the
Cool.
first 2 books that were in that of the 4. I think it's really cool because it starts off with Vegas being all destroyed, and Doctor Strange comes in. And he's like, "Well, I have these new powers now. You know what? I'm tired of like doing all this work, and we still lose. So I'm gonna resurrect Vegas." And what he doesn't realize is when he resurrects Vegas, when it was blown to pieces, it went to hell, pieces of it. So when he brought it back, hell came with it. So Mephisto is now on Earth in this giant casino that was supposed to be in hell, and like the big like the vault, all of their souls are like money and
Currency,
like brick
yeah.
bills and stuff like that, like
That
gold
sounds dope.
bricks and stuff. And
Everything
if you
about
do
Doctor
one
Doom.
little sin, though, you turn into one of his riders. So all of the Avengers that are in Las Vegas are now Ghost Riders.
Oh, dude, I
Okay.
should be so into Doctor Strange, but I have to watch the movie or I have to
Oh,
start
it's
getting
so
because
good.
I'm into all that paranormal, supernatural shit.
Dude, yeah.
Honestly, I didn't see
Heidi's
it
been
until
watching. Sorry, people on the mic. I just did that. Heidi's been watching Lucifer. She just started Lucifer.
It's my favorite show.
That's DC, right?
What?
Well,
Lucifer.
Vertigo.
Yeah,
It is
Vertigo.
Vertigo
yeah,
DC.
Yeah.
but
Vertigo
Doesn't
is no more, apparently.
just,
I think it kind of broke it.
it
They
just got
dissolved
it's just
it.
consumed into DC now.
Yeah.
okay, because
Yeah.
that really confused me because I was looking up his comics and some of them say Vertigo and some say DC,
Yeah.
but they're like later in the line. So I was like, is
It's
this
kind of
another
like-
storyline?
No,
Yeah,
it's-
because like
yeah.
imagine this, like DC, and then there was like branch offs.
Right.
DC is the main one. Vertigo was like a side.
Mhm.
That's kind of like iZombie is actually a DC property.
Okay.
iZombie,
Yeah.
Watchmen's under Vertigo, I believe.
No,
It
that's
wasn't
I
it?
thought no, it was only just DC. Watchmen was.
I thought Vertigo used to be DC. I mean, Vertigo used to be Watchmen.
No, not that I know of.
I could have sworn.
I really wouldn't know that, but I know for a fact that I know that DC actually produced that. You know what I mean? So with Alan Moore and all that. But anything more?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
but I'm actually gonna dive in this week. Well, whenever it comes out, Rorschach is gonna be coming out with a new book. It's going to be taking 10 years after the events of Watchmen. So since DC has the property for the Watchmen, and Alan Moore's just kind of like, I'm done with that. I'm over it.
Mhm.
Basically, it's going to be telling the story of like how Rorschach knew of what happened and kind of like build up. There's going to be talks about the old Rorschach, and there's going to be a new one. It's gonna have like one of those things where it's kind of like a domino effect of sorts.
Okay.
So like say for example, you meet this one other dude that's Rorschach, and then there's another person that's on the outside that sees what that second Rorschach does, and he gets killed. Rorschach still continues.
Okay.
Different people, same entity, those type of deals.
Okay.
Book looks really cool. The variant that I'm gonna be getting looks really neat because it looks like an old like 70s like it's a 70s looking book. I mean, you have to look it up. It's like the orange thumbprint, and it has Rorschach in there, and it's like all that like 70s lettering and all that too. It really looks like a stellar book.
Okay.
So I'm kind of interested. I'm really looking forward to reading that, or 2 copies, one to get graded, the other one to read.
So I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Do you like when these newer ones and stuff come out? Do you tend to do that more often to like get a graded version?
Now anymore, I probably would, just because
Okay.
now with everything going on, it's been one of those things where even like dinky first appearances are going for a decent amount of money. Now, I'll give you an example. I subscribed to Marvel stuff. I got like 6 or 7 books, and one of them was Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1. It was the first
Okay.
appearance of Moon Girl, and that for a 9.8 is probably going for like $250, $300 now.
Holy
And I
cow.
got it at cover price. So
Wow.
I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I would rather work on getting some of the older issues like Golden Age and like some good first appearances. I'm not saying that's a bad first appearance, but
Right.
I'm just kind of like a purist, like going into it, you know what I mean,
Right.
getting, in particular just the stuff that I want, because if you ask me about it, I would rather have like based off of good primers, by the way, Marvel superheroes. Basically brings like the whole Infinity Gauntlet saga in a fighting game to give you a good general basis of what
Okay.
you. If you don't want to read through everything, you can
Right.
play the video game, and
Okay.
it's a good consensus. Like, and even watching the X-Men animated series, that's kind of like a nice little primer too to get you started with that 70s X-Men,
Right.
mold as well. But yeah, I've been only collecting really like first appearances. Like, I would get like first appearance of Hawkeye. I ended up, trading some books and some cash for that.
Okay.
First Hawkeye. Then I got like first Blackheart, which is in a Daredevil book.
Okay.
Blackheart's the really tall like Black Demon.
I've only seen him in the Ghost Rider movie, and I know how
Yeah,
you feel about that, but I really love that actor.
but yeah, there's a couple of them like that I have, and I have like a first appearance of Doctor Strange, because now
Mhm.
he got featured in, like, I think he got in Marvel Alliance then too, and he also got into Ultimate Marvel versus Marvel versus Capcom 3, and
Okay.
they add him in Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3, and he does like some really wild spells and stuff. That's a really
Okay.
good game, by the way. One of the oddball ones,
Mm.
definitely well worth your time.
Okay.
Uh, I've been playing Bug Fables. That I said it was a bug story or bug story, or whatever. I did see that. Yeah,
Yingling and Coors are agreeing on a long-term brewing partnership to expand distribution further for Yingling. That's
Okay.
crazy.
I know. They had it. They have to. They're gonna be making a lot more money. People want it. My one buddy from Alaska, he would buy like cases when he was still living in Texas. He'd get it for like $100 for like 6 or 7 cases. He would sell them for double, triple in Texas.
Holy cow.
Yingling Lager.
They love that old America's oldest brewery moniker.
Yeah, they literally. I'm not kidding you. Like, it was
awesome.
wild. But Bug Fables is kind of like a Paper Mario, like, spiritual successor, but it uses bugs. So you play as a bee and a beetle for the first portion, like chapter 1, and then you
Okay.
meet later on a moth that has magical abilities, and you're trying to find out what the moth actually is, because
Mm.
he speaks in like like Venom talk. He's like, we don't feel good about this, or like we just acted on our like, it's kind of like that Legion type of mindset that they're
Mm.
talking about, which is pretty cool. uh I'm up to chapter 4 in it, and I kind of like ripping through it, and it actually gives you an option where you can attach a hard mode badge or medal on, so you could beat different bosses or boss characters, and you get certain badges for prizes for beating those particular bosses. I'll give you an example. So one of the bugs that you fight is one that if he hits you, it absorbs. It's like a bloodsucker ability. Like, he recovers himself. So when
Right.
you beat that boss, you get a bloodsucker badge.
Okay.
So, but it reduces your attack. That's the only bad part. So finding out a special attack badge or medal to put on your guy, you can have that ability cancel out with the less attack,
Okay.
and you could kind of compromise. It's
So
just
can you like once you have these badges, like swap them in and out, or
oh,
are you stuck
definitely.
with
Yeah,
them?
you can do
Okay.
different strategies with them. Oh, of course. So it's not like you can have like hit point up ones where they could boost up 2 or 3 hit points for your character, and then you can also have one where certain members of your party can actually use.
Mm-hmm.
So like one can buff, one can debuff, another one could throw like projectiles,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Hmm.
Definitely worth it. It's like $25.
It's not bad.
It's still a pretty decent game. Like
Yeah.
I give it a whirl. If you really like that Paper Mario, like back to the roots of Paper Mario, like the originals, definitely give it a go.
Okay.
I also downloaded Cuphead as well. I didn't get a chance to play that,
Yeah.
but I am gonna definitely play that. I'm gonna see how tough it really is. And then I watched Deadpool 2
Okay.
over the weekend.
I almost watched it.
And it was funny because there are some people shitting on how Juggernaut looked. I'm like, this is the best fucking Juggernaut you can ever have in a movie. And I'm
Wasn't
like,
he a surprise too?
kinda,
of,
yeah.
yeah.
But it was well done. Like, I think one of my favorite portions of the movie, Colossus fights Juggernaut, and I really like that whole fight because Colossus is just like this goody two shoes. He goes, "Gonna fight, you got to win at whatever cost." He's doing like cheap shots. He's like he gives like the stiff bicep up the in between his legs, and he's just like playing dirty Colossus. And you never see it. It's only in a Deadpool movie he'll do it. But no, seriously, very funny movie.
I love
Really-
that Brad Pitt is in it.
Yes, yes, and you see him getting like
Yeah,
shocked
it's
on
only
the
for a
power
split
line,
second, but
and you
it's
see
like,
Brad Pitt. I'm like, it's Brad Pitt. What the? I think one of my favorite lines from Juggernaut was to Colossus, "I'm gonna make you into my cock ring." I'm not kidding.
Jesus.
That's what it's a literal line. I'm like, what? And then not only that, FX, since I watched it on there, they actually got away with dropping quite a few F-bombs and some graphic stuff. So it's like Deadpool 2 light, but you're still gonna get that. It still has the same sting.
Right.
It still has the same sting. If you like it uncensored, go with the DVD or streaming. But I would say if you just want something for free, if you have cable, definitely go for that. They're gonna run it for 5 weeks, at least all throughout the next 20 weeks or so. So you cannot miss it.
And I'm sure once it gets closer to like the holiday time, they're gonna put
Oh my God,
the
yeah.
spin-off holiday cut or whatever it technically is considered out.
Yeah. But that's what I've been, watching, kind of looking forward to reading and all. And and I've been really into the Pokemon card thing we were talking about the last time. And I'll just say this for news too. Champions Path, the expansion for that's going to be coming out September 25th. It's gone bonkers. Just this past even before they release, there are people that are actually spending like buku bucks on these booster packs because there's a Rainbow Charizard that's coming out because it's like an ultra rare that they dub them certain rarities and all then too, and people are going ape shit over it. So that's happening on the 25th. So I've tried to look for booster boxes, I can't find them. So, and like if you get like 10 booster packs at least, they're gonna run you a premium. Way too much. I'd rather get the booster boxes.
Yeah.
Fun facts. Yeah. But that's just me. That's my little thing. Go ahead,
All
Tony.
right.
What are you into?
Playing game wise, I really haven't dove into anything special. Just kind of picking up stuff here and there. I wanted to start trying to go back. I started playing God of War for the PS4, and I wasn't impressed. It's not for me. I feel like Kratos gets hit 4 times, and he's dead. I'm know I'm very early into the game, but I just finished the, I guess you would say your first boss encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like on that path, and nothing has upgraded still. Like I can't upgrade my character. Like I feel like I've done
You gotta get in a little bit deeper with that.
I'm like an hour or two into the game and I haven't spent one upgrade on health or anything. Like, and I take 3 hits and I die, and he doesn't recharge health at all. Like, it's annoying. And then I'm fighting these guys.
Are you blocking? Are you
Yeah, but like the thing is like you're fighting, and you're getting attacked on 3 angles, but you can't change or lock on unless I'm just not doing it right. And it just, I don't know, the control, and then like I said, the buttons are on top to attack instead of your keys. And Andy said to flip them, but then I feel like you're like, I don't know. I was trying it the first way first, but it just, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like when you're playing the new Marvel game, right? The Avengers game, and you're playing the Hulk, and it takes 14 punches to a robot to kill it, but you're the fucking Hulk. Like, I'm Kratos. Like, I just fought this cinematic boss fight where I threw a guy through a fucking rock, but these undead guys take 14 punches by me to kill him.
you have to kind of mix up your strategy a little bit because you can.
But do you see where I'm coming from?
No, I totally get it.
In a cinematic, I'm a god, but when I'm in control, I'm a pussy. It annoys me.
You fell from grace. You know what I mean? Like,
3 minutes ago in a video,
It is a game.
Kratos threw a guy into another fucking dimension by throwing him into the sky, or he
Sure.
throws him through a fucking boulder, or I pick up an entire rock and throw it. But now I fight this fucking undead monster, and he has he's using
get it.
he's using
I
a
get it,
shield.
dude.
He's using a shield, so I have to now jump over him to punch him. But I just punched through a fucking boulder.
I understand it completely.
It's
I mean,
annoying.
like I've never played it, but like, when even playing like Injustice and stuff, like when you do the Flash, his moves, it's like he should never lose. Like, but they have to even it out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But if you did a cinematic thing, I see that's different because it's a fighting game. So I can get behind that a little bit because it is a
Isn't God
fighting.
of War fighting.
No, it's an
Talking about
it's
fighting a
it's like
boss.
an event. It's like an adventure.
It's an adventure
game.
style. So it's just like if you were reading a comic book,
Yeah.
but then like in one page Superman can fucking jet out of there in a second, but the next one he just like takes him 3 minutes to walk 14 blocks. You know what I mean? It's like
Sometimes he makes bad choices.
it to me in a video game when you give me this super overpowered character and then I feel like I'm not that character when I'm in control, it bothers me.
I can see that.
Like when I was playing the Spider-Man game, and this is not just me hating on Sony. This is just me evaluating game design. So the Spider-Man game, I'm fucking Spider-Man. He's lifting up things, he's picking up fucking things, and then it's like, hey, we need to open this train door. Hey, officer, you want to give me a hand? And then Spider-Man needs help to lift up a grate, and I have to bash the X button 14 times. I'm like, you just caught a helicopter out of the sky in the fucking cinematic, but now I'm in control. I have to bash X to open a fucking door.
yeah.
What? Like, like this door's locked. I can't get in there. And then you have to climb in and go around the entire building to open the door. It's like, bro, you just fucking did this insane feat of strength, but a locked door is stopping you.
I don't make the
He's a
games,
hero.
Tony.
It just
I don't like the
they
games.
bug, and that shit fucking drives me crazy. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah. So I got in. I played a little bit of God of War, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all, and I don't know. It's not getting me like I thought it would. So I kind of took a little bit of a break. I started playing a little around with Forza Horizon a little bit. Been playing Fortnite with these guys, Call of Duty with these guys. I haven't really picked up a game like to start a story mode for it because like I said, we're 2 months away from a new console, and I think Watch Dogs comes out very soon, so that's gonna be my next thing. But this Friday, I get WWE Battlegrounds,
Oh, okay, yeah,
so I'm gonna mess around with that for a while. That's gonna be a good time.
yeah. Hopefully, it's kind of like that one game that you
All-Stars.
introduced me. Yeah, All Stars.
It's All Stars, but even cornier. Yeah. So
between the corn and the cheese, man. Like this is great.
Yeah, so
Sounds
WWE
good.
All Stars it kind of took the old school arcade look of the wrestlers, where it kind of made them super.
Is this the game where we
Superimposed.
put bets on because it was all computer fighting
No,
each other?
It's kind of like that's more of a realistic wrestling game, I guess you would say. Like
Oh,
that's a
okay.
simulation wrestling game. This one is made to be completely fake.
I see.
So like the character models are just insanely jacked, and they walk down to the
Super
ring.
deformed,
And like
yeah.
so, say if Hulk Hogan's move is the leg drop, where he just bounces off the rope, does a leg drop on you. In this game, he bounces off the rope, jumps almost to the ceiling, does 3-4 flips, and then lands on you, and he's like he lights on fire like NBA Jam.
So he's the Hulk.
Yeah.
Actually, the Hulk.
Yeah, so it's kind of like NBA Jam meets wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has a lot of corny, like the one thing, there's a battle royal, but outside the ring there's a giant alligator because you're fighting in the swamp, and you can pick up your guy and throw him into the alligator, and the alligator bites him.
That's cool.
Or you can throw them into like there's a junkyard and there's a race car and you could throw them and underneath it and the car drops on them.
Hopefully that washes the taste out of that WWE 2K game.
It looks like so much fun. And the game comes out initially with like 74 playable characters, and then for free in a month they're dropping another 74 characters into the game.
Okay.
So and then you can create characters and it just looks like such a blast.
148 characters.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Insane. It's gonna be so much fun. But that comes and then it's only $40 brand new. I got the deluxe edition, it was 50. So I get a couple more skins, and then if you pre-order now, you get Edge. Yeah.
Well, that's a good little add-on.
Yeah. It looks like a lot of fun, and it's one of those arcade-style games. So if there's 4 of us fighting in the ring at the same time, and you're about to do a move to bend, but I suplex another guy, and the other guy's like, we kind of fall through you guys, it'll like, there's hit detection, so you guys will fall because his legs hit into you.
Okay.
So it makes it a lot of fun. But that comes out Friday, so I'll be playing that. And then I watched one show. I watched one show, but I finished the whole first season. I watched Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
Have you any of you watched it yet?
I haven't, but it's on my list.
Oh,
Same here.
my God. Do yourself a favor this weekend or whatever you can, pick it up. It is unreal. It's unreal. I put a post in the group chat and I said, how much of this is into the comic? And they said that they're almost two different entities, but they're both still very, very good. So people who read the book said the books are fantastic, and the people who watch the show said the show is fantastic. So it's kind of its own two things, but there's similarities, but there's not. I'll give you a premise here. So one day in 1989, 43 infants are born to random, unconnected women who showed no signs of pregnancy the day before. 7 are adopted by a billionaire industrialist named Sir Rennell, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name, Hargreaves. But anyway, who creates the Umbrella Academy and prepares his children to save the world. In their teenage years, throughout their family fractures and the team disbands, fast forward to present time when the 6 surviving members of the clan reunite upon their dad's passing. They work together to solve a mystery surrounding their father's death, and then their personalities and abilities gain the estranged family apart, and a global apocalypse is another imminent threat. The series is based on a collection of graphic novels and created and written by My Chemical Romance lead singer Gerard Way. So they're kids. They're formed to be these. He goes and adopts 7 out of the 43 kids.
Mm-hmm.
These 7 kids, he forms a superhero team with 6 of them. One of them, she has no powers, but she's part of the family. And then years later, they kind of disband. The father passes away. All the kids come back together, and they end up finding out why. Like they're like, why is dad dead? But during this whole thing, one of the other kids finds out about the end of the world. So now their plan is who killed their dad, and also why did the world end, and how can they stop it?
Okay.
And it's really fucking good. I can't really give away too much of their powers because
Then don't.
each episode in the beginning of the first season, you learn more about what each power does.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a surprise. But
So it's like each episode, it's like 1 or 2 people that you got kind of observe
yeah,
in that episode, and
it's
kind of learn
it's
from it.
really good. I like it a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a good way on the superheroes. And I think I'm gonna finish season. I started watching season 2, and I'm not saying I didn't like it, but just because I consumed so much season 1 right away, I had to take a break. So I'm going to take a little break and then go into season 2. But I also
Let it
want to
soak
start
in.
watching The Boys too, which is another superhero show on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, which is supposed to be really good. But it's more like R-rated and
Yeah.
raunchier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Nikolai, anything you want to plug or get out there?
Not at the moment. I mean, I'm just waiting on those headshots. I saw them on the camera and they look really good. So, and that's before they were edited. So
Nice.
I'm excited.
Damn.
Ben?
Been getting some ghastly beer for October, and between Oktoberfests that Tony got, pumpkin beers, and just Halloween, just cool
Inspired.
Halloween inspired stuff. Just been looking for that, so we're gonna have one hell of a Halloween month for beer
Yeah.
next month.
So our goal going into October is every single week of October that we record. We want every episode to be Oktoberfest. We want to.
Okay.
Every week we want to drink 4 or 5 different Oktoberfest beers, and then going into the month of November, we want to do all pumpkin or Halloween inspired beers.
I think we should do some of the Halloween and Oktoberfest beers in October, and then November pumpkin beers. Because I'm thinking
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah, that's a good move. Yeah, we'll do that. So pumpkin. November will be pumpkin, a lot of pumpkin beers, but the October will be Halloween and
Yeah,
and
it makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
and
I'm sorry. As I was saying,
That's
that
okay.
makes sense. Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff happening on Bangin' Beers coming up soon. I know this is your favorite time of the year for beers because you're a big s'mores guy fan. So
I
a lot of
love
s'mores,
s'mores.
a lot of the s'mores beers come out now.
Levante actually has a s'more stout. That's
It's in the
real
bottle right
grown.
now. You have a bottle of it in the fridge right now.
No,
Or who-
no. Levante Brewing.
What's the s'mores bottle you have in the fridge right now?
No, wait, I don't know.
There's a s'mores bottle in our fridge, in the door of the fridge
That's
right
probably like Aslan, maybe. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I know Levante's making a s'mores stout. So
now. You might have to make an appearance back on Bangin' Beers. Last time
I'm cool with that.
we got you smushed.
Yeah.
You left a quarter way through to go upstairs and lay on the floor and play with Lady.
No.
yeah,
All right. So I left to go.
That
to
was
the
the
bathroom
other
first,
half,
and
fifth
then I
anniversary
saw Lady,
episode.
and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna just leave her." So
You were drunk. Yeah, so that'll do it. Once again, if you guys really want to keep watching these live, let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. If it is, tell us in the comments, but you would have to go over and check the links below and go subscribe to Twitch and follow us on Twitch TV. Because I think what's happening is when we go live, because it's trying to go live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the same
the
time,
multiples.
I think it's fucking up. Or maybe one of them is saying, hey, we don't allow you to be live on one or the other. So maybe if we just pick one platform to go live on and then kind of like give you a reason to watch live and help us out on Twitch. But then if you don't, you can check the replays out on Facebook or YouTube.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, I don't know. Like researching it, I don't think. I don't know why it would do that.
Twitch is weird because they're in competition with YouTube right now. So they don't want you streaming on 2 different platforms and trying to double dip. I think that's what's happening.
Then probably try and find something where you can do both, but
You can't.
block one out. No.
Because
We can't do some like back alley shit.
That's
as I
what
like
I'm
to
doing.
call
I'm
it.
doing back alley shit, but Twitch catches on.
But
You could do it
even
with
more
2
back alley
cameras.
shit where it's like invisibility cloak from
No,
Harry Potter.
It doesn't
no?
work. No.
Oh.
So maybe we just go live on Twitch and keep the other ones here. But like I said, if you are listening audio only, you get this right away. Check out the rest of the shows on the network. Pretty much everything that we were normally doing Monday night, we record Truth Behind Illusion. That's going to now come out on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. We're moving all the shows the next day to 6 o'clock. I know some people go to bed early and they don't want to stay up till 9 to watch it. So more people, if I feel we move it up a little bit, they get home from work, relax, and if they want to watch the podcast, they can. So we'll make them video premieres on YouTube and Facebook as well, so you can check it out. Please keep chatting while you're watching these. That definitely big comment sections in videos and likes and shares will also help us grow an audience. We challenge everyone each episode to try to see if we can hit 100 shares. So if you, as soon as you see this posted, share it. Get 100 people. Let's try to get the 100 shares going. Word of mouth definitely helps out. We're about 945 people on Facebook, our like page. So we're close to 1,000 there. So definitely go over and give some love to our social media pages. That'll do it for Not Cool in High School. Here's some Look Alive, I think. Here we go. Look Alive. My mouse died. I got a brand new mouse. Look at no more World of War. Yeah, it's bright. Yeah, it's like, let's see. Oh, I broke it. I feel like Iron Man. All right, we're out of here. Here's Look Alive.